What's going on, everybody? Tonight, The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 13 aired, and boy, was it an episode. Okay, so there are going to be spoilers in this. If you're new to my Walking Dead Season 9 review series, I've been doing this since the beginning of Season 9. I really enjoyed this show. I always have since I started watching it in Season 3, and then I had to go back and catch up. And honestly, this has been my second favorite show ever since. It was my first favorite show, and then I discovered Game of Thrones, and now it's my second favorite show, and it has been ever since, But, this season, if you've been watching, you know that I fucking love this season so far. I am really enjoying this. This is honestly up there with, my favorite season of all time. That's how great this season has been. But let's just dive right in. So, this episode picked right back up where Daryl was getting Henry and Lydia and, the deaf girl. I always forget her name when I go on to review these. But, went to the Whisperers camp. They got them back. They ditched the mask, and, the deaf girl took them to one of the old places that her group has stayed, and it was like this high up building. Kind of remind me of the building that Daryl and Carol went in Season 5. If you remember that building, where they were high up, in Atlanta, staking out the hospital for Beth. But, they went up there and they boobied. It was already set up where there's two entrances. It was a nice advantage point, defense-wise, to take on the Whispers head on. And we finally got to see Beta in action. Holy shit, Beta is a beast. Ryan Hurst is ginormous and strong, and yeah, he plays Beta so fucking well. I have no faults with his character. Honestly, Alpha's intimidating, but Beta is fucking terrifying. And I love Daryl's, he's like, Beta, he's the strongest out of your group, right? And Lydia's like, yep. And he's like, okay, we're gonna kill him first. Yeah. I was like, good luck with that, Daryl. I was actually scared for Daryl's life. I mean, I knew they weren't gonna kill him off, but honestly, I didn't know how they were going to end the fight scene. You knew that they weren't going to kill both of them off, but at the same time, you're like, are they going to kill one of them off? Because there's no way they would put Ryan Hurst, of all people, to play Beta and then kill him off in his second episode being in the show. And it's like, well, there's no way they're going to kill Daryl off either, but it's like, well, shit, this show you don't know what's going to happen, but we'll get more into that. So, they set up, a perimeter. They, defense wise, booby trapped everything. Set it where they controlled where the Whisperers came in at. They couldn't bring the herd in with them. We also got to see a nice, moments between Lydia and Henry, just confirming that, they are going that relationship, wise, because, they both like each other, and Henry actually said, I care for you, and then he got kissed. And Daryl watched the whole thing being like, do I have this wrong? Type deal. Like, maybe he's starting to see how Lydia is. And, he eventually let her come. But, yeah, so you have all that going on in this, building. We get nice little moments between Daryl and the deaf girl, more moments. I really like their dynamic, even though they have to communicate by writing. I like the whole, is she coming with us? No. Why not? She has no friends. We have friends. Daryl's just looking out for his, their people. And, if we take her back there, then they're going to follow us there and it's going to get people killed. And she's like, well, she has nowhere else to go, no one to turn to. And Daryl, of course, being the big softy that he is, lets her come with them. But the fight between Daryl and the Whisperers and them, really fucking great and intense. Honestly, the Whisperers, they're not that intimidating, when you take them out from the herd, because that's the only thing that really makes them intimidating. Other than that, they're just psychos that wear the walker skin. Which we had a nice, it was going back and forth between Daryl taking on two Whispers on top of Beta, and then Henry and the deaf girl taking out, 4 Whispers, just by themselves, and Henry gets stabbed in the leg. But luckily, Lydia, got out of the room that Daryl put her in with Dog, and Dog fucking saved Henry's ass by biting the dude's fucking neck out, which was honestly, I lit up when that happened, how he just leaped on that bitch, and it's like, no, motherfucker, you don't get to bite this boy. And of course, Lydia was terrified for Henry, and, the deaf girl, she's a beast with that slingshot. Holy shit, I would have never thought someone could be that good with a slingshot, but fuck, she is. And like I said, really good dynamic, and I like the atmosphere during that fight because they boarded up all the windows, which honestly I didn't quite understand why they were boarding up the windows that high up. Maybe to make it where they could sneak around. I don't know. That's the one thing I don't get. If you know, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, that whole sequence with Henry and the deaf girl, that was a really nice moment. It was nice to finally see Henry fight. So yeah, and then we're gonna go back to Daryl. Daryl, taking on being like a ninja type deal with those motherfuckers. When the dude's shadow is coming over and he's like just waiting there with the axe, and the dude's about to open it up, and he's like wham right into the gut. And then he sneaks up and fucking slices that dude's throat open. We know that Daryl's a boss, but I've never really seen him. I can't think of any way that he's really been that stealthy. He's stealthy when it comes to, sneaking up, taking them out with crossbows, but never like hand to hand like that. And I loved it. And then him and Beta was just fucking insane. They each threw really hard punches. Beta was bursting through fucking walls, throwing Daryl through walls. It was just wow. And then putting Daryl's face almost into that saw blade. And then of course, Daryl hid in the little stash room that the deaf girl showed him, where they had like water and stuff like that hidden out. And he ended up pushing Beta down a elevator shaft, which of course he thinks that Beta's dead, and he's like, oh, I won, bitch, suck it. And of course the last scene was, which honestly I was like, there's no fucking way they just killed Ron Hurst's Beta off. And of course they didn't. That motherfucker got up, and you can just tell he is pissed. Holy shit, he is just pissed. And I can't wait to see next week's episode with him going after Daryl and wanting revenge. That's all this is. This is just gonna be, he's gonna be like, look, motherfucker, you push me down an elevator shaft, I'm gonna fucking stump your head in, type shit like that. I can really see that coming. So that's everything dealing with Carol and all them. Really great segment of the episode, Daryl and them. And then we had the Kingdom. We actually went back to the Kingdom and Tara and them on the road, which was really nice, because they're going to the Kingdom for the fair. But we got to see, Jerry came in, said that, they ran into this Highwayman group, which is funny because I just finished Far Cry New Dawn, and the bad guy group is called the Highwaymen. And so that was kind of funny to me. But yeah, they ended up, going to, because they were trying to be like, we own your roads leading to the Kingdom and this fair. If you don't do this, this, and this, give us this, this, and this, we're not going to let any of the people in. And, of course, they go to take them all out and realize that they have guns, which I think the guns are just for show. But, they end up, Carol's like, well, why don't we go talk to them and see if we can make an arrangement and shit like that. And, everything's failing. And then she's like, when was the last time y'all saw a movie? Yeah. And he's like, you're kidding, right? And then it goes off. And the next thing you know, they're working for them. And it goes to show you what the power of film can do in the apocalypse. And I love that. I love that they used a movie to get them on their sides. And then, a herd comes in because Tara and them gets blocked by a tree on the way to the Kingdom, and the herd starts coming, and it's them taking them out. And the Highwaymen just show up, and Tara's like, who are y'all? And he's like, we're here to escort y'all to Kingdom. And Tara's like, what the fuck? But okay. A white cowboy dude in a cowboy hat just showed up and just like, we're here to escort escort y'all to kingdom. And yeah, and then, of course, they get there, and Tara gets to see Carol and Ezekiel, and she gives them a hug, and Carol's like, "Where's Henry?" And she's like, "They're not here." She's like, "Where are they?" And she's like, "Well, they're with Daryl. He's with Daryl." And Carol's like, "Where exactly are they?" And so Carol and Ezekiel are about to get filled in on a lot of shit that's going down, because they don't know about the Whispers, they don't know about Jesus, they don't know everything that's going on with Henry and Lydia, they don't know that Henry snuck off to the Whispers to go get Lydia, they don't know any of that shit. So I'm really curious to see how they respond to all this and what they think of all this. Also Daryl and Lydia and Henry and the Death Girl, they're going to Alexandria because they're closest to there. So that's going to be interesting to see Michonne and Judith and all of them interacting again, especially Daryl. I'm hoping Daryl sees Negan, and I'm hoping that Negan's out and about, but I don't think he is. No, he's not. But yeah, really looking forward to next week's episode. We have 3 episodes left in this season. Like I said, this season just keeps blowing my mind. It keeps leaving me on the edge. I can't wait. I haven't felt like this, pumped for the next episode. I want the next episode now, since honestly, season 6 and part of season 7, but like season 8 did not leave me, wanting that, except for the very last episode. I wanted the very last episode for the ending of the war, but yeah, really fucking loving this season. This episode continues to be great, just like all the rest of them. So I'm going to give The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 13, a 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this. I know some people ain't, but for me, I'm really fucking loving this episode, this season. I'm loving the Whispers. I'm loving Daryl, what they're doing with his characters, all the side characters. I still want to know, I'm hoping that next week's episode with Daryl and Michonne being together and, maybe getting a chance to talk one-on-one. I'm hoping that, we get to find out what exactly happened to them with the brand. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Are you really enjoying this season? Do you agree with my thoughts? Do you like the way that I'm reviewing these? Because I think that, I'm really enjoying this show. In this season, I'm enjoying reviewing these for you guys. I like talking about The Walking Dead. So yeah, let's just talk about all down in the comments. Do you like Henry, if you know the comments, do you like Henry taking Carl's role with Lydia? Would you prefer it to be Carl? Yeah, just lots of stuff to talk down in there. Are you fucking loving Beta? Is Beta everything that y'all hoped for, especially for us Sons of Anarchy fans? What do you think of Ryan Hurst as Beta? Let me know down in the comments. But anyways, guys, in the description I have links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages for the channel. You click on over there for updates on personal life, things I'm working on, things I'm thinking about doing. I also, post over there when I upload, my uploading schedule. Like, I tweet, like, if I'm, working, I'm not able to upload, or if I say I'm going to upload. I also notify y'all when I go live on PlayStation, for my live streams and stuff like that over there on Instagram. And also I go live on Instagram every now and again while I'm watching a movie, or just out and about, and I might start talking to you guys, maybe bring you guys on camera. So follow me over on all my social media, to keep up to date with the channel and what I'm thinking about doing and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, because it really does help me out. Also share with your friends, family, everyone that you know, any people that you don't know, and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content like this. And check back every Sunday or Sunday night for my review of The Walking Dead until this season ends. And yeah, guys, like I said, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell icon to be notified when I upload, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.